Hi, my name is Abdenor, Abdenour. You may have heard my voice for the last 8 years as I was filming videos of pets I was caring for, or most likely you've discovered this Free Pet Sitters channel much, much more recently. But in any case, this Free Pet Sitters channel is mostly meant actually so far has been exclusively meant for the parents slash owners of the pets I care for. So far, it has been exclusively for those owners slash parents. That's why for the last 8 years I have never spoken directly to the camera in this channel, because what pet owners want to see was see their own pets, how they're doing, not hear me talk. So uh, if you click on this channel name, Free Pet Sitters, and click on videos, and then watch all the videos, you'll see they were the focus was the pet, not me. I very rarely appear on the videos, but you hear my voice as I talk to the pets. Today's video is different. It's unique actually in the history of this channel. It's not meant for pet parents, but it's meant for aspiring free pet sitters. If you have been watching me for the last 8 years or even less, and you may be wondering how I can afford to be a free pet sitter, and how, more importantly, how you can afford to become a free pet sitter, then this video is for you. Uh, it may help you do that. Uh, so whether you want to become a free pet sitter, considering just wondering if it's something you can do, then watch this video. You will find some very valuable information that may help you along the way. Uh, Before I get into how you can become a free pet sitter, I'm going to talk about the benefits first of being a free pet sitter, and then that'll help you decide whether it's something you want to do. Um, so the main benefit is travel for almost free. So if you click on videos and watch, I don't know, there's 100, 200. I don't even know how many videos are in my channel. It's in the hundreds. You will, if you look, try to, while it's focused on the pets, if you look in the background, you may notice that they have house set as far north as Summerland, British Columbia, and as far south as San Felipe, uh, Baja California in Mexico. There are a lot of house sits along the west coast, and they have house set as far east as Tucson, uh, Arizona, more precisely Golf Retirement Community in Green Valley, Arizona. So, and the cost for me to do all this travel is really gas for my SUV, an occasional repair or two to my SUV, and then groceries. Occasionally, I stay in motels to fill in the void between two house sitting gigs. And then on one occasion, I rented a shorter apartment in Mexico, so it was for fairly cheap. And so, for very little cost, I was able to travel all the way north to British Columbia, all the way south to Baja California, everything in between, and also to Arizona, so, some in Phoenix, but mostly Tucson and Green Valley. So, if you want to be able to do all this travel for almost free, just the cost of gas. Actually, now I have an electric car, so I wouldn't even have. I don't even have to pay for gas. Traveling with electric is cheaper. That's a recent thing. But even if you don't have electric, if all you have to pay for is gas, and uh, and I traveled on the cheap, but as you can see from the videos, including this one, I often stay in luxury houses. If you behind me, you can see the landscape of Santa Rosa. California. We are in early May. This is a luxury house. It's not my house. I'm not renting it. This is a house where I just completed the sit. The owners are back now, so they're taking care of their dog. But I'll stay overnight and leave tomorrow morning. So, so if it's something you are considering, you might be interested in, this video is for you. It'll help you figure out how you too can become can travel. In my case, I don't travel to work. I don't like to fly, so all these things I listed, I drove there because I don't like the whole experience of flying. But if you don't mind flying, you can actually travel the whole world and house sit everywhere and live pretty almost for free. You just have to pay for the cost of your transportation, groceries, and occasionally you will have to fill the gap between house sits with motel rooms. So, for the last 8 years, starting June 2017, now we're in May 2025, with the exception of the COVID time, I took a break a year, between 1 and 2 years during COVID. Otherwise, I have been doing a lot of traveling, house sitting, and uh, and living for free. So, if it's something you might be interested in, one question maybe you are wondering is, um, if I'm gonna be house and pet sitting for free, where how am I gonna make the money? Uh, Now, one option you may consider is you can house sit for money. There are people who do that, who charge for house sitting. But if you do that, you'll be competing with a lot of people like me who are doing it for free, and you will most likely end up getting like rundown houses in war zones, while I get great house like this one. I and other people who do it for free will end up getting the best deals, the best houses, best locations, stuff like that. So uh, if you don't have a choice and you can't do it for free, then maybe you only have to do it for money, at least in the short term. Then that's okay. It'll give you some experience. You'll get some references and stuff like that. But ideally, if you want to live the nice, relaxed life, you want to get to the point financially where you can do house and pet sitting for free. Uh, I was when ChatGPT came out, I was I took this webinar from SBDC. SBDC stands for Small Business Development Corporation. I want because I own the website freepetsitters.com. If you go to freepetsitters.com, you will see a website there. I'm the owner of that website. You will see a few blog posts. Those were written by a Filipina. She's the one who developed the website, but she stopped doing that. So yeah, you will see that the blog posts are pretty old. I personally don't have time to write a blog post, so I took this SBDC seminar to learn how to use ChatGPT to write the blog posts. It was it was an interactive webinar, and there were two instructors, and at some point, one of them asked for a volunteer. Uh, he wanted to teach us prompt engineering, how to prompt ChatGPT to give you quality information. So he asked for one of the students to volunteer to tell what business they are in, and then so that he can help live create an interesting blog post for that specific business. So I volunteered. When he asked me what business I'm in, I told him I'm doing free pet sitting. And when he asked if you're doing free pet sitting, how do you make money? I replied with a straight face that I make it up in volume. And people are so polite these days. Nobody called bullshit on that. Obviously, you can't make up for free pet sitting with volume, but nobody called bullshit on that. So I got away with that statement. Anyway, it was just a digression. So the bottom line is to do to be able to do free house and pet sitting and get the best deals, you need to have some kind of location independent income. Now, one option for that is to get a remote job. Problem with that is that most well-paying remote jobs require you to work at least 40 hours. And while doing free house and pet sitting is kind of a relaxed job, quote unquote job. It does take some time. It takes, if you are taking care of cats that only eat dry food, you only have to take care of the house and clean up after yourself. It's not much time. But most of the deals I get, at least two-thirds of them, are taking care of dogs. And dogs does require time. You have to walk the dog, play with the dog. And in my case, I take videos of the dog also, and then take care of clean up after myself in the house. Even homeowners who have housekeepers still want you to clean up after yourself mostly, and then the housekeeper kind of comes in to tidy it up. So taking care of the house and the dog is about 10 hours a week. And then if you want to get the best deals, like a great house, like a luxury house like where I'm right now, with great view in a great weather location, you need to send out, it's a numbers game, you need to send out a lot of applications because there's a lot of competition for these. So you need 5 to 10 hours, probably 10 hours between sending out applications, having Zoom meetings with the homeowners before they select, and stuff like that. So to get the best deals, you really need you need them, and unless you find a very long one. If you are lucky and find a very long sitting, then you can take a break from flying. Otherwise, you need another 10 hours a week applying, community following up, having Zoom meetings with homeowners, and stuff like that. So when you add those, it, they add to about 15 to 20 hours a week. So while it's a relaxed work, if you like dogs, if you hate dogs, of course, it's not relaxed work. But if, like I do, you love dogs, then playing with them takes time, but doesn't feel like work. But it still takes time. And if you add a 40-hour a week job on top of that, then that's a lot. It adds up to 55 to 60 hours. Now, if you are in your mid 20s, very healthy, a lot of motivation, then yeah, you can pull that off. But if, like me, you are 55, approaching 56 very fast, then 55 to 60 hours is not something you really want. What you really want is a way to make money that takes you no more than 20 hours. Even if you are young and you like this traveling and you want to do it beyond age 35, so even if you can pull off 40-hour job for now, in top of 15 to 20 hours taking care of house, dogs, and applying for next gigs, then you still need to know that once you turn 35, you won't be as energetic and healthy as you are now, unless there is big improvement in technology, and that you may want to slow down. So even if you can put it off now because you're young, you want to start thinking, trying to find ways to be able to make a living while working fewer than 20 hours a week. One problem with that is that there aren't many jobs out there that pay well and that require fewer than 20 hours a week of work. Most real jobs require 40 hours, and that's on paper. In reality, they require more between meetings and emails and stuff like that, especially remote ones, since you have to make up for lack of proximity by more communication through Zoom meetings and emails, more than is required when you are on on-site job. So how do you make? So the question becomes, how do you make enough money to live on comfortably without working more than 20 hours a week, other than the free pet sitting, which will take you up to 10 hours a week, and the applications, follow-up Zoom meetings with the homeowners, which can take you up to 10 hours a week also. Remember, those are unpaid because we're doing house and pet sitting for free. So you need to be able to make money in 20 hours or less per week. The only way I know of to get paid well while working fewer than 20 hours a week is to own income generating assets. Write that down. Grab pen and paper if you never heard this term. Hopefully you've heard this expression before, but if you never heard it, then you want to write this down, because this is something you want to Google, think about, look on YouTube and stuff like that. write down, grab a pen and paper, and if you don't have pen and paper handy, pause the video, go get the pen and paper, and then write down income generating assets. So that's the key to making enough money to live comfortably without being tied to a location and without having a remote job which would require you 40 hours or so a week. So how do you get these income generating assets? You probably were not born with them, so unless you are unless you come from a very wealthy background. If you are from very wealthy family, then they may have set up some kind of trust fund for you or for the whole family, and you get your share, and you have money coming into your checking account without you having to worry about it. So if you are in that situation, then you are all set. You don't need me, you don't need this video. You can just go online, learn how to become a free, how to become a house investor. There are plenty of good articles written about that. So I'm not going to rehash that information because it's something you can easily find somewhere else. But if, like me, you are not at all from a wealthy background, actually, I'm from a very poor background by US standards. Both my parents were born in the mountains of North Africa. My mother was illiterate, never went to school, never worked outside the house. My father only completed primary school. He never went to junior high school, never went to high school, never went to college. He never made more than a couple of $100 a month. So that's his whole life. So obviously, he didn't leave me some kind of trust fund for me to draw money on. I had to find ways. First, it took me a while to discover this concept of income generating assets. Before that, I was just like most people, going to college and stuff, and then trying to get the best job that I could with my degrees and skills. Um, but one thing, even though I came from a very extremely poor background by US standards, I was good from a fairly early age. From early 20s at capitalizing on trends. So when I was undergraduate, I was initially studying math and physics because that's what I liked. And then I heard the information, I think it was at a seminar that was in early 90s. So electronics was not the huge deal it's now. But I attended the seminar, and I heard there that electronics was going to become this trillion-dollar industry. So I switched majors. I switched from science to engineering, studied electrical engineering, graduated in 95 with a master's. And in that time, from 95 until 2001, it was really easy to get a job if you have any degree in electrical engineering. So anyway, there are ways, even if you come from a very poor background, to capitalize on trends like I did, and make money to buy these income generating assets. There are two ways, if you are not born with a silver spoon in your mouth, to have income generating assets. You can either buy them or build them. So when I say acquire, it's either buy or build. Both of them count as acquire. So if you have a lot of cash sitting around, then the easiest thing for you to do is take some of that cash and buy income generating assets. There was a time when buying real estate was a good idea, and I did that. I did in 96, was it 1997? Yeah, 96. I bought, for example, a condominium in San Jose, California, for like only $90,000, and then at the real estate top of the bubble in 2006, I sold it 325. So that was a nice way. In the meantime, it was rented. It wasn't probably was just to break even, but so it wasn't generating income in the meantime, but got a nice capital gain from it. So there was a time, like in the mid 90s, where there was this huge opportunity in real estate. But that opportunity, I don't see it now. There are, in theory, you may find some war zones where you can buy still cheap enough to cash flow when you rent it, but it comes with all sorts of headaches and hassles. And I certainly wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go buy a house or an apartment to rent it at these sky-high prices. Um, if you do have money and you want it to put to good work, an opportunity that was actually good in the last 10 years, it's kind of a little bit risky now because of inflation, but it's still not bad, is what's known as discounted cash flows. That means buying promissory notes secured by mortgages or trust deeds at a discount. And as long as we don't get hyperinflation, and as long as you know how to buy those right, you can still have a reasonable income generated from them and accumulate that and live off it. If that's something you might be interested in, click on pause this video as if you have cash sitting aside, and read the description and look for a link to my YouTube channel called Trust Deeds University. Uh, I'm filming this in May 2025. That channel has no content and will have no content neither this year nor next year. I'm very busy with other things. But eventually, hopefully in 2027, if I see at least 10 subscribers, which means tells me that there is some interest, I'll start producing videos to teach you for free on YouTube, so you can just watch the videos, um, how to buy, well, the foundations of promissory notes. Uh, if you are in a hurry, you don't want to wait until 2027, you can just Google or search on YouTube discounted cash flows investing, trusted investing, mortgage investing, terms like that. And there are resources out there. You have to be a little bit careful because while there are some lot of good resources, a lot of good teachers out there, there are also a lot of con artists who never bought a single note in their life and still teach this, and they try to charge you money for this seminar that promises you all sorts of things, and where they won't teach you much useful stuff. So it's a buyer beware situation, but you can, if you search long enough, find good resources about how to invest in cash flows. There are good forums, but forum is not a good way to start learning a new field. The way to use forums, and a nice forum is called biggerpockets.com. But the nice way to use forums is first to learn the basics in a course or in series of books. And then once you've learned the basics, you will have questions. Then you go to forum, ask the questions. If you go to a forum and say, hey, I heard you can make money with discounted cash flows, how does that work? Nobody's going to answer because nobody's going to teach you a whole course as a forum reply. It simply cannot be done. Think of whatever career you have now. Can you teach your career, even if you are just a janitor or a lawnmower or something like that? Can you teach that to somebody else who knows nothing about it in a forum post? You can't. So there's no field that can be taught in a forum post. So forums are good after you've acquired the basics. But if you never bought a cash flow discount before, then you cannot start learning in a forum. You have to learn in a course. So go to the description, search for my link to my Trust Deeds University YouTube channel, click on subscribe, click the bell icon. I'll keep an eye on that. Once in 2027, if I see that there is at least 10 subscribers, I know there is some interest, then I will start producing lectures and uploading them to that channel. That's if you have cash sitting around. So let's say you've had a good career for 10 years as a software developer. The software developers get paid a lot these days, and you've accumulated a nice nest egg, and you are tired. You'd rather have that nest egg work for you instead of you working for the nest egg. Well, you've worked for it for 10 years or so. Now you want it to work for you. Then trust deeds are a good way to go, at least as a partial. Not for all, I wouldn't recommend it for all your investments because of risks of high inflation. But at least for part of it, it's a good way to go. Another thing that I don't know, I should mention this. You can also look into tax-lien certificates, but that's really a risky business. People who have, from what I heard and believe, people who know both discounted cash flows and tax-lien investing, say discounted cash flow is less risky and you can make just as much money with much less risk. So I wouldn't recommend tax-lien investing for now. I'm doing it, trying it, but I'm not making money at it yet, so I don't want to say much about it. If you search, I don't know if I'll put the link under this video or not, but I own also a YouTube channel called Taxis University, but there is some content there, but nothing is. Yeah, it's just something where I pick the camera and talk to the camera about what I'm doing that day or that week and stuff. It's not organized, but I don't know whether I put a link to it. But if I put a link to it, you may at least for now just learn it as a curiosity. I will let you know by the end of 2027 whether it worked, because I'm engaged right now. Taxing certificate, it takes like 3-4 years to know whether you get good results. It's not something you can know right away. So without going too much explanation, if you keep checking on my channels, I will talk more about that in 2027. So what happens now if you like me, you don't come from a wealthy background, so you don't have a trust fund for you, you're drawing from, and you haven't saved the nest egg. Maybe you don't have in a high in demand degree such as computer science or stuff like that, and you don't have much cash to go from. If you don't have much cash sitting around, then trust deeds investing is probably not good for you, because that does require cash. Unless you are extremely skilled. If you are extremely skilled, you can do it without much cash, but that's for like 1% of the people, so I won't get into that much now. If you don't have much money sitting around, but you have time, at least 10 hours a week, you can actually build an income generating asset. Imagine, that's not what that's not after I'm going to talk about, but imagine if a home builder was willing to teach you how you can build a house for no or little money. Then you can spend a lot of sweat equity for 6 months to a year, more than a year than 6 months, more like a year than 6 months, build a house. During that year, you will be making nothing, but once the house is built, you can rent it out and get rental income. Now, I'm not saying go ahead and do that, because these days the construction costs are so expensive that that's not a realistic opportunity. But you can build an income-generating asset, not a house, not anything physical, but something which requires no money or very little money. Or I say very little, it's been a couple of $100 to get started. You can even get started with $0 if you put in the work, and you can put in a minimum of 10 hours a week, dedicated, focused effort for 10 hours a week for about a year. If you have more than 10 hours a week to put to it, then you can do it less, and then it will eventually start generating income. Like all businesses, it will start generating very little money at the beginning, but if you are good at it, stick with it, then you can eventually end up with an income generating asset that will give you income each and every month. You keep at it, and without you having invested any money, but having invested a lot of time. If that's something that might interest you, then you are in luck, because I'm looking into starting such a business in September, so 4 months from now. And like I said earlier, I have been good at profiting from trends since my early 20s. So I told you example how I switched from science to electrical engineering when I heard that when I heard in the early 90s, when the electrical engineering was not a big deal yet, that it was the electronics. Hey, you are leaving? Okay, nice meeting you. Have a nice evening. So so it wasn't a big deal in the early 90s, but I heard it was going to be a big deal within 10 years or so. A big deal as in a trillion or more industry. So I switched majors. And then I told you the example how later I bought a condominium for $90,000 when the market was low, and sold it for $325 when the market was high. I wish I could brag that I foresaw that. I haven't. I just happened to be in San Jose in '96. I needed a place to live, so I bought a condominium. And then when I moved out, instead of selling it, I turned it into a rental. So that was, I took advantage of a trend, even though I haven't seen the trend. Since the beginning of the 2000s, the real trend that has grown a lot in the last 20 years, 25 years now, is the wellness. So in 2000, wellness was not much. People were not spending much money on wellness. But there was an economist, Paul Zane Pilzer, who wrote a book called The Wellness Revolution: How to Make a Fortune in the Next $1 Trillion Industry. And that did materialize. So wellness is not new. It has been around now for a quarter century. But there is a new subfield of wellness that's not yet very known. Let me make a bet. You never heard of uh, pres- what is it? Even now, it's so new that to me, even me, I forgot the name. Let me see. Where did I write it? Bioactive precision peptide. I'm new to that too. I just found out about it less than a week ago, so I'm still having trouble remembering the name. So bioactive precision peptides. I bet you haven't heard this term, and if you haven't, it's not something you need to worry about, because 99.999% of people have never heard of bioactive precision peptides. And that means that only 0.001% of the people have heard of it. And that's not just a number I came up with. There are 8 billion people on the planet. 0.001% is 80,000 people. That's about the number of people that have heard of bioactive precision peptides. So it's not a secret like the formula for Coca-Cola that's known by 2 people in the world. No, it's not that, but it's the percentage of people who heard of it is very, very tiny. And just like I recognized the trend in the early 90s of electronics becoming a big deal, but I didn't recognize it. I heard someone say to the seminar, believed it, and acted on it. Uh, the bioactive precision peptides is something I thought about independently, but then I've heard people who know much more than I do about this field talk about it, and it seems like that's going to be a very niche thing in the wellness revolution that's going to grow very. That's right now almost unknown by almost anybody, and that's going to grow very rapidly in the next 10 years. So I decided to take advantage of this trend and start creating. I already have enough income generating assets to live comfortably, so I don't need actually a new one. But one can never be healthy enough, and in my opinion, one can never have enough money. There is always uses you can do with more money. So I'm going to start in September, so 4 months from now, September 2025, building an income generating asset funded by a proprietary vehicle that's this bioactive precision peptides. So if you've never heard of this, and I assume you haven't, here is what you need to do. You need to pause this video right away and search in the description, and you will find a link. By the way, I'm assuming that you were watching this after when? After May 10th of 2025. I'm going to upload the video before, but I'm on the road right now. I don't have my laptop out, and I don't have time and bandwidth to write all description. So if you are lucky enough to actually watch this before May 10th, 2025, and I say, look at the description, if I don't find something, just send the link to this video, an email to yourself, and check back on May 10th. May 10th, I will have all the links in place. So there should be a link to a website called Preview Make. So click on that, or if you can write previewmake.com without making spelling mistake, then you can actually check it without the link in the description. And if you click on that, you will hear Justin Prince talk about this bioactive precision peptides. Justin is the pioneer in this thing, in this new trend that's just starting right now. So So pause this video, listen to Justin for 15 minutes, and then come back. Because otherwise, what I say next may not make much sense to you. I know the temptation is to finish watching this video and then listen to Justin Prince, but that's really not. If you want to take most advantage of this opportunity, what you really want to do is pause this video, listen to Justin first, and then come back. In the meantime, I'm going to check my notes to give you some time to decide to pause this video, because I know you're tempted to just listen to me until I finish and then check that video. So let me see I wrote a lot of notes, but I'm not actually reading from them. So anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna start this business in September. In September 2025, 4 months from now, I'm gonna start building another. I have already several income generating assets, and I'm going to start building a new one. And now I wish I had the bandwidth to build these income generating assets by myself and keep all the benefits and all the profits and all the income it generates to myself. But the fact is I don't. It's a huge opportunity. It's not something I can build just by myself. Actually, I could build an income generating asset by myself. That's not true. But it would be much more successful, in my opinion, if I had 8 business partners. By 8, why not 80? It's not because there's no opportunity for 8, there's opportunity for many more. But 8 is the only bandwidth I have to work with. I don't have the bandwidth to work for more people than 8. And as of today, I've already found 2. I found Scotty in Idaho. I found Rosa in Arizona. Myself, I'm in California. And I'm looking for 6 more people. So if you look in the description after May 10th, again, if you're watching this too early, you may want to come back to this video on May 10th. You will find one of 2 things. You will find either a link to a website where you can click on join, fill out a form, and then I will get back to you. The form will ask you for name, address, phone number, email address, and I'll get back to you by email, and then we'll take it from there. So you'll either, if you are in luck, you will find that link to the website where you can join. It's free to join, and the training is free and everything like that. So you don't need any money to get started. It will help to do some promotion down the road if you have some money, but you don't need money to get started. Or even if you are good at doing legwork, you can even get away without spending any money. So you either, if you are lucky enough to watch this video before I find the 6 other people, then you will find the link to join. Once I found the 6 other people, I told you I only need 8. 8 is all I can handle, and I already found 2. Then I'm going to remove the link for joining, because I don't want to mislead you into joining, and then I won't have time to train you and work with you. But in that case, I will put my email. The reason I put my email is that in any business, no business is for everybody. So some people may join and then start learning and find out that's not for them and quit. So if you see the email instead of the link to join, then I need you to send, and if you are interested, you need to send me an email that says, please add me to the waiting list of the bioactive precision peptide opportunity. I need you to put this subject because I get a lot of, I'm on so many mailing lists, a lot of junk email. And generally, if I see an email from somebody I don't know, I just don't bother opening it. So you need to put this exact title. I hope I can repeat it correctly because I wrote it down, but I'm not reading from my notes. So it's please add me to the waiting list of the I forgot the name again. Please add me to the waiting list of the bioactive precision peptide opportunity. And if you do that, then add your waiting list. And if one of the 8s either quits because it's not for them, or if they are done through the training, learn how to do the business on their own, and they don't require my assistance anymore, nor do they require much of assistance of my business partner, Scotty. By the way, Scotty is great at this kind of business. You have to hear him and talk to him. He's really phenomenal. I'm new. I'm still having trouble pronouncing the name of the opportunity, but he's really a specialist in that. So he would be a great asset for both you and me once you join us. So yeah, if one of the 8 quits, or one of the 8 becomes autonomous, has learned all the ropes, and is able to contribute to the income generating assets um, pretty much autonomously without much hand holding, then I'll pick another person from the waiting list. But initially, at least between now and the end of 2025, I can only handle 8 people. I already have 2, so can only handle 6 more people. Um, but starting next year, some of those 8 will become fairly autonomous, that they have the bandwidth to handle one. So once again, you will find either a link to join. Again, joining is free. You just have to provide name, phone number, address, email address, or an email. And if what you find is my email, then send me uh, the email that says, please add me to the bioactive precision peptide opportunity waiting list, or please add me to the waiting list of the. You don't have to get the email exactly, but it has to include these words, because I will recognize them because while I don't read most of my email, I do read the subject line. So please add me to the waiting list of the bioactive precision peptide opportunity. Now, I've been talking for 42 minutes now, so I'm going to have to end this soon, because otherwise it becomes just too long. Of course, even though you've listened to me for 42 minutes, by the time this video is already 45 minutes, you have, if you follow my instructions, listen to Justin Price for 15 minutes, that's a total of an hour. You still cannot possibly tell from 1 hour of listening to videos whether any opportunity is for you. But if you are motivated, if you want to build an income generating asset so you can do free pet sitting, free house and pet sitting, just like I do, and live wherever you want, you have location independent income, and you don't know whether or not this is for you, what I recommend, since it's free to join, the training is free, no obligation. You can listen to the training for a month, 2 months, 3 months. If you think it's not for you, you can just quit. Just send us an email saying thanks for the training, see you in the next live, and that will be fine. No hard feelings. So if you don't know whether or not it's for you, what I recommend is go ahead and join, and then check it out, see if it's something you like or not. Of course, once you join, we'll share much more information with you. You cannot share, you can only share so much in a video like this one. And then then you will learn more, and then you can decide if it's not for you, just quit. So if you are hesitating, you don't know whether or not it's for you, the only way to find out whether or not it's for you is to try it at least for let's say 3 weeks a month. Try the training, find out more what it's about, and then find out whether or not it's something you want to do. So go to the description, see which one do you find. Do you find a link to join? Again, if you check this before May 10th, you may not find anything. So you have to check back after May 10th, 2025. And then if you have a link to join, and if you want to find out more, then click on the link. When you click on it, it will take you to a website. There is a picture at the top, and then inside the picture, there is a button that says join. You need to click on that one. And on the same website, also, if you scroll down a little bit, you see another button that says join. They are the same, you do the same location. And if you do, I'll send you an email, and then we'll take it from there. And if you are shit out of luck and find my email address in the description instead of the URL where you can join, then if you're interested, just send me an email that says, please add me to the waiting list for the bioactive precision peptide opportunity. Okay, I'm gonna sign off here. This is a very long video. It's already 45 minutes, and hope to see you on the other side of the website where you can join. And if I do, I'll talk to you more at that time. Have a nice evening. Bye.